The final Monday night game for season 2011 coincided with Rugby League's 116th birthday, and the West Tigers were aiming to celebrate by receiving the precious gift of fourth spot on the Telstra Premiership table. The Black and Golds needed to beat Gold Coast by at least 13 points to overtake North Queensland, and they wasted little time in getting the scoreboard moving.
Benji Marshall down a short side.
He gets away from Torpy, gives it back on the inside for Matt Utai, and the magic of Marshall coming to the fore in the opening minutes of this one here tonight. You just can't give him half a chance. And he went down the short side, just drew and passed to Matt Utai.
Free of off-field distractions, Benji Marshall was in stunning early touch and also created the home side's second try, although his winger's work was nothing short of outstanding.
To Ryan, reaching out, has he done it again?
And Bo Ryan, does he ground the ball here? I think he has. His body's in the air. He doesn't touch the sideline, and he grounds it. Oh, unbelievable.
After two telling assists, Benji bobbed up in a support role, and the outcome was identical.
Through the line, he gives it off to Marshall. He set up two tries. Can he score one himself? You bet he can. It is that sort of night already here at Campbelltown. Benji Marshall, what form he's been in, and he's picked up from where he left off last week against the Eels.
The Titans tried to interrupt the procession of points. However, Steve Michael's paw prints were all over this one, and William Zillman missed out. Wests went back to the other end and put on a rehearsed play, orchestrated by their number 6.
Marshall again. Here's Louis giving it to Waste, but a little bit too easy for the Tigers. But the repeat pressure, the back-to-back sets tell on the Gold Coast defence.
Motivated as much by embarrassment as their desire to avoid the wooden spoon, Gold Coast came up with an encouraging end to the first 40.
And puts a kick in. Minicello will win the race. That was a beautiful play by Zillman, taking it to the line.
That reduced the difference to 18, with Tim Sheen's men still in firm control. The wise Wests coach had warned his troops at the break about trying to be too fancy, but the message wasn't heeded.
Well, here's a chance. David Mead will just saunter away and score for the Gold Coast Titans, so there you go.
So despite being well and truly outplayed, Gold Coast were amazingly within 2 converted tries, until the Tigers regained their composure and patience.
Marshall passing it to himself, giving it to Utai, this time one-on-one with Bird. It keeps him alive. Good ball. Lottie Fakiri returns tonight and returns as a try scorer.
Then 5 minutes later, Tim Moulton became the 6th member of the Tigers' backline to get amongst the spoils.
Going to Louis, back on his left-hand side now. Moulton trucking towards the corner. He just finds a gap that opened up.
With the ship steady once more, Sheens opted to put some of his stars in cotton wool. So with Benji on the bench, Moulton moved closer to the action and decided that one of his forwards should get a piece of the cake.
He comes across to Moulton, giving it to Harrington now, determined to get him across the line. And he might have lost his strides, but they couldn't stop him.
The Tigers skipper then decided that the last play of the night should be utilised to give their for and against another nudge.
Says, I'll get a bit of field goal practice in, and he slots one to finish it off.
Apart from a flat spot in the middle, Wests were dominant in running out easy 39-10 winners to record their 7th straight success. And now it's only Cronulla that stands in their way of getting a home qualifying final. David Rowlands, Big Pond Sport.